Good afternoon, everybody, all the participants that are present here and remotely. For me, it's a very special day to open this, let's say, first joint workshop between the National Science Library of the Chinese Academy of Science and the SciELO. It is an honor for us to have the Chinese delegation here. Very welcome. And thank you for the beautiful support for cooperation. We will have the opportunity to present both later. I would like to start our session with a message from the president of the Brazilian Academy of Science.
Hello, I apologize for not being able to be in person to this important and relevant meeting that's being held at Federal University of São Paulo. I'm Helena Nader. I'm an emeritus professor of Federal University of São Paulo, and currently I'm the president of the Brazilian Academy of Science and also a member of the Chinese Academy of Science. I strongly believe that the meeting that you're going to have this afternoon is going to be most relevant both for SciELO, SciELO Brazil, and SciELO Latin American, as well as some African countries, together with the National Science Library of the Chinese Academy of Science. I think partnership is going to be very relevant to move forward and strengthen the power of SciELO among countries of the global south. So I sincerely hope that this is just the beginning of a strong partnership between SciELO and the National Science Library of the Chinese Academy of Science. Thank you so much.
Very interesting because Professor Lem is also a member of the Chinese Academy of Science. We are at the home, so it's very good. We planned to have initial remarks from myself and from Professor Yu. So I will present my remarks. I will project that to facilitate the communication. Let's see if I can. Okay. Let me start by saying that the progress of open science faces challenges, difficulties, and resistance. We all know that many of us, myself particularly, experience that daily. No matter the promise that open science carries in terms of improving research, making it more robust, and more visible and impactful for both the academy and society. We still have very obstacles. We know that there are cultural factors, traditions that slow the adoption of open science by editors and by authors. There are also industry interests that privilege the maintenance of financial returns over structural innovation. The advancement of open science requires public policies that scientific authorities are developed to enact. But the one critical determinant of open science progress is a challenge that we can overcome, which is the lack of technological infrastructure and solutions that guide the research, its players and institutions toward a natural open modus operandi. We lack the technological products and the services, let's say state-of-art products and services, that can fully empower researchers, editors, and users to align with openness in research communication. The objective of this joint workshop is to tackle or to address precisely this need, this challenge, which is to develop appropriate open science technological solutions for the conditions of the developing countries and regions. From the SciELO side, the way we envision improving research communication infrastructure is through collaboration. That is the main reason for this collaboration that we have been discussing in the last months. Collaboration is the central modus operandi of the SciELO Network. It facilitates, of course, the communication or exchange of information and knowledge of the products and the services. But it scales the solution. So if we develop the products, it became much more productive and cheaper. But there is an additional critical property network, critical property of the SciELO network in particular, which is the management of symmetries. The research capacity, political support, financial support of research communication varies drastically country from country. We have learned that dealing with these asymmetries requires that each country, each institution, each journal do prioritizing this unconditional freedom. That is critical. In conclusion, and this is an aspect that deals with our patient, do the difference between Brazil, Latin America, and China. China is the first producer of the science in the world today. But we believe that collaboration will contribute to the advancement of open science in developing regions and specifically through the SciELO network. We believe, although, that our collaboration will have an impact on the global open science. So, welcome to our first joint workshop. Please, Dr. Your time. Okay.
So, it would be is the Zoom or just in I would say in this test we have to all this. Julia and Professor Edward. So Andy and your colleague from the SciELO Network. Good afternoon. So it's a great pleasure to meet old friends, and new friends from Brazil. And we are here in St. Paulo. First of all, I'm the head of the National Science Department of the CAS. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the SciELO team for your own invitation and generous hospitality and excellent gathering for this this meeting about that. And during the Zhongguancun forums in the early in this year, March, we have the honor to invite this April to Beijing to our library, and for the inspiring presentation introduced about the open science of access the project. We also engaged in deep discuss on the open science infrastructure and the international corporations about this. Through our general effort, we now co-hosting this SciELO and NSL CAS, the joint technical workshop on the open science infrastructures. And this extends our dialogue from Beijing to St. Paulo from here. So, and to improve our collaborations within us. And SciELO is one of the world's most important infrastructures for the open access publishing and scholarship communications in the field of the open science. Over the years, the SciELO have achieved a remarkable success in the promoting open access for fostering the multilingual scholarly communications and enhance the international visibility research output from the developing countries. These contributions have played an important role in building a more open, inclusive, and diverse global knowledge infrastructures. So we highly appreciate SciELO's achievement and greatly value the opportunity to stress our cooperation with us. As a leading institute for the scientific literature and the knowledge service within the Chinese Academy of Science, our library have been actively engaged in open science practice and continuous advanced innovations in open science infrastructures for that. So under this framework of the International Decade for Sustainable Development invited by UNESCO, we have actively promote the Open for Science tag. And the initiative, the Open Science Infrastructure Sharing Network Alliance, we have also developed a number of open science platforms and the service about including about the PubScholar and the Open for Science platform in our new platforms for that. And this we were exploring the innovative applications on the AI in the scholarly communications for that. And although the China and Brazil is but in a different side of the Pacific oceans for that. So we also have faced many common opportunities and challenges for us. So both SciELO and the National Science Library CAS are committed to build an open, trustworthy, sustainable scholarly communication infrastructures for us. We share a goal of leveraging the technical innovations and the international cooperations to improve the information deliveries and the knowledge sharing about that. Looking ahead. We can also have cooperations about the collaboration. First, we can strengthen cooperation on the scholarly communications, communication infrastructures by enhance our platforms into operational abilities and improve the method sharing about them. And the second, we can also join exploring the development of the open scholarly communication ecosystems, including our preprint, open peer review, and scholarly publishing models, and to facilitate more open and more professional the disseminations about the research results. The third, we can enhance the collaborations on the AI envelope, AI, the knowledge service, and the joint the new models and applications for the scholarly applications for that. We also understand that China and Brazil is the important members of the global South. Sharing the common responsibilities in promote the open science is our responsibilities about that. And promoting the knowledge sharing and strengthening the inclusive global scientific cooperations. The open science and the international cooperations initiative enjoyed lunch by China, Brazil, South Africa, and Africa unions highlight in the important building the open, fair, equitable, and non-discriminatory global environment for the science to develop that. We also look forward to cooperate and work together to advance the operabilities about the open science infrastructures and facilitate the free flow of the scientific knowledge about that. And it's about the data, the multilingual language, the data, and the data sharing is about that. And to improve the sharing and improve the innovation for the globals. So, and finally, I wish to this group, the work group, will have very success for us. Very good. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Professor Liu. We have now the opportunity to listen our colleague from the SciELO Network, SciELO Mexico, who coordinates the secretary of the SciELO Network. SciELO Network has an advisory committee that is elected by the network, and the one collection is elected to be the coordination of this advisory committee and so on. So Julio Setter Patillo comes from Mexico to participate in our workshop. So please, Julio.
Yes, thank you. Well, good afternoon. Thank you very much. I speech, a light speech for this occasion. Thank you very much for bringing us all together here and the opportunity to take part in what promises to be a valuable experience of exchange and learning. I made up a few slides for this presentation. I hope it is comprehensible. Okay, before I begin, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Abel, Solange, Marina, and the entire CIELO team, who as always have put forth their best efforts to ensure that these events are carried out flawlessly. And express my gratitude for my institution, la UNAM at Mexico, and especially to Dr. Antonio Sanchez Pereira, coordinator of the SciELO Mexico program, for his continued support and guidance. Antonio sends his warmest regards to all of you. On behalf of the SciELO Network, it is a privilege to welcome all participants to this important meeting. When people think about SciELO, they often think about journals, articles, platforms, indicators, or technologies. Behind SciELO, what is less visible are the communities of professionals who have spent decades building, maintaining, improving, and defending these collections. Behind every SciELO collection, there is a dedicated group of people, librarians, information professionals, metadata specialists, editors, research, software developers, and many others who share a common commitment to scientific communication. Many of us have joined SciELO because we believe that the scientific production of our countries deserve greater visibility and recognition. We saw in SciELO an opportunity not only to organize and disseminate knowledge, but also to strengthen national scholarly communication systems. The next, please, slide. Over the years, our work has involved much more than selecting journals for inclusion in a collection. We have worked to improve metadata quality, promote interoperability, support long-term preservation, assist editorial teams, and help journals adopt international standards and best practices. Much of this work happens behind the scenes and is rarely visible to authors or readers, yet it is essential to ensuring that scientific knowledge remains discoverable, accessible, reliable, and preserved for the future. Then next, please. The history of SciELO Network is also a story of continuous adaptation. Many of the national collections were established through the efforts of small teams working with limited resources, but with a strong conviction that the knowledge we preserve, organize, and communicate holds enduring value for our scientific communities and societies. Over time, the responsibilities of these teams have expanded considerably. In the early years, our main concerns were visibility, quality, and access. Later, new challenges came: digital publishing, metadata standardization, XML-based workflows, interoperability, preservation, and international visibility. Then, around the last decade, the landscape changed once again. The emergence and consolidation of open science practices transformed the role of scholarly communication infrastructures. National collections could no longer see themselves solely as repositories or libraries of high-quality journals. We became active participants in a broader transformation of the research communication ecosystems. Preprints, research data, continuous publication, and the new expectations regarding openness and reproducibility became suddenly part of our daily work. This required journal to evolve too. But it also required coordinators, librarians, information specialists, and editorial teams to evolve alongside them. In many countries, national collections have played a critical role in helping journals understand, adopt, and implement these practices. This has involved training activities like this one, technical assistance, update evaluation criteria, and ongoing dialogue with editorial communities. Sometimes this work has benefited from strong support from national research systems. Sometimes it has advanced despite limited institutional recognition or resources. Yet the commitment has remained constant because we have witnessed the the positive impact that these standards and practices can have on the visibility, credibility, and sustainability of scholarly communication in our regions. Today, new challenges continue to emerge. For example, the growth of questionable publishing practices, concerns regarding research integrity, the rapid expansion of artificial intelligence, financial uncertainties, and broader geopolitical transformations all raise important questions about the future of scholarly communication. These challenges affect us all, although not always in the same way. And perhaps that is one of the greatest strengths of the SciELO Network. Please, next. Each collection represents a part of a much larger reality. Each one has different stories, different scientific systems, and different institutional structures, different levels of resources and support, different challenges. Yet, every time a new collection joins the network, it contributes far more than their journals, articles, or data. The next, please. It contributes experience, it contributes perspectives and lessons learned, and it enriches our collective understanding of how to strengthen scholarly communication in different contexts. Finally, is there more one slide? Finally, throughout the years, coordinators and teams across the network has consistently demonstrated a remarkable willingness to share knowledge, offer support, and help one another address common challenges. For this reason, speaking about the SciELO Network, it is ultimately speaking about shared challenges, but also about shared achievements. The success of the network has never depended on rigid uniformity. Its success comes from the ability of different communities to learn from one another while pursuing a common purpose. As we begin this meeting, I hope that these conversations ahead will continue to strengthen the spirit of collaboration, mutual learning, and collective responsibility that has characterized the SciELO Network throughout its history. And the last one slide, this is all an overview of all the collections that are now functionally countries across 3 continents, collections from Latin America, Caribbean, Portugal, Spain, and South Africa. And there are around 2,150 journals approximately in the collection, with thematic collections like public health and others, repositories of open science like SciELO data and SciELO prints, among others. So thank you all very much for your attention, and thank you for letting me to be part of this valuable summit.
Thank you very much, Julio, talking for the SciELO Network. Very nice talking. We have now nice opportunity to listen Dr. Edna Souza, our president of the Brazilian Association of Scientific Editors, ABEC. The Brazilian Association of Scientific Editors for more than 30 years, no? And the SciELO was first conceived in a meeting back many years ago. So ABEC is a very partner with SciELO for many years, and please,
Good afternoon. Thank you, Abel, for this invitation. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you, Professor Chibanyu, Director of the National Science Library, and colleagues, all the Chinese colleagues, and Julio from Mexico also. It's a pleasure to be here, and I will introduce the Brazilian Association of Science Editors. We partner with CIELO since CIELO was born, so we have been working together, so that's why I'm here today in this opportunity. It's an honor to be here. Becky, the Brazilian Association, the name is ABEC Brazil, okay, Brazilian Association of Science Editors, and it begins in 1985, a group of editors were about the science, how to put the Brazilian science in the world science. So they think that it would be fine, it would be good to do this using editorial excellence. And then ABEC Brazil was born at that time. Now we have more than 4 decades, and ABEC has helped shape national scientific communication by providing training, fostering ethics, and integrating Brazilian journals into international networks. Amid global challenges, ABEC stands firm, adapting to digital change, supporting open science, and defending science quality and integrity. Its work has strengthened the professionalization of editors, that is a main preoccupation of our society nowadays, is the professionalization of the editors and the whole publishing team, okay? And expanded the integration of Brazilian journals into international networks and initiatives. During the 6th National Meeting of Scientific Editors promoted by ABEC Brazil in 1996, the idea of CIELO was born. Abel was there, and the president of the association was Professor Green, and Professor Brique de Lemos was the vice president at that time. They were discussing the importance of the open science and open access. It was the first global model initiative of open science. Our association now has 1,400 members, 1,000 and almost 100 affiliated journals. Brazil has 5,000 journals, scientific journals. No, 1,000 of that are affiliated with ABEC, and 62 journal portals and several institutional collaborations. We have a program entitled ABEC Education, which is the main training initiative in a program aimed at editors, authors, reviewers, and librarians. The initiative offers training in a flexible and modular format, enabling participants to obtain the ABEC Brazil certification for scientific editing. This idea begins when we have a partnership with the Council of Science Editors in the United States, and they have this program to train the editors and everybody involved in scientific publications. So we began this program. This program here, this certification, has 3 knowledge tracks: editorial tools and technology, scientific editorial evaluation track, and editorial management track. And all of this has different courses, 6 hours, 40 hours, 10 hours, all direct to the publishing. Problems with publication. To obtain the certification, you have to complete 306 hours. But you can just take one course. If you are interested just one, you have this, you have a certificate, but not the actual certification. Okay. Well, we also have a preprint platform. It was done in 2020. It's indexing server C, emerging research information, Emory. It was a result of a partnership between our association and the Brazilian Institute of Information in Science and Technology and the unit. Then we have this in our association also. So, just highlighting the points we have working with the back education program. I think it's an important point here. And in global engagement, the affiliation to the COPE, we did the last year, the official affiliation. We are a member of CROSHAP, DOAJ, CSE, the Council of Science Editors in the United States, and the European Association of Science Editors. We have promoted the DOI adoptions and methodological standards, collaborates with SciELO. We have been working together and other open access initiatives. The affiliation to the Science and Tech Alliance. Working in SciELO, we are a member of the SciELO Brazil Advisory Committee. As president of the association, we have this seat here. Partnership with government institutions, CNPq, CAPS, EBIT is information, Brazilian Institute of Information in Science and Technology, and the Open Government Partnership, OGP also. Collaboration with the Brazilian Orchid Consortium, member of the Brazilian Network of Reproducibility, standardization of editorial workflows, development of ethical guidelines, empowerment of scientific communication, and professionalization of the publishing. So, just to show how we have worked with all this point, SciELO and the governmental structures in publication, in scientific publication. And now we are 4 years plus, and now with purpose and innovation, okay? Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you very much, Professor Edna. I have now the pleasure to ask for Andrea Carvalho Vieira to bring this message from the federal agents in Brazil that support the graduation, the graduate program. Graduate programs in Brazil are responsible for about 85% science or more. So it's very, very important operations. It is one of the main funders of SciELO. So Andrea, very good.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here meeting you. Actually, I think I met you before. Yeah. But it's really nice. It's a happy day to have you here. So I brought some slides to talk a little bit about CAPES, which is a federal funding agency in Brazil. Next, please. Next. So I'm going to start talking a little bit about CAPES, what we do. As Abel was mentioning, we promote and evaluate the Brazilian National Graduate System. So it means more than 7,000 courses, master's and PhD courses. We have more than 100,000 scholarships, master's, doctoral, and postdoc scholarships. We also train teachers from basic education. So it's also 100,000 scholarships for those teachers. And we have the Brazilian Open University system that now it's more than 600 courses all over Brazil. We have our international cooperation, and we have the portal of journals that is the program I lead now. It's been 6 years, and we have more than 450 institutions. This number is not right. So it's a lot of institutions of higher education in Brazil that can access scientific content because we subscribe the content. But since 2023, we started the nationalization of SciELO. So we started funding with more money, not enough yet. But we are working on that. Okay. Carol, please back. And CAPES has been committed to open science, and we have now working on open science policies, not only funding SciELO, but also talking to ABEC and other actors of the ecosystem of science and technology, because we understand it is very important to have this visibility and of our research. We have good research. We have a lot of papers. We have a good scholarly production, and we want it to be visible. And of course, it is important to have international cooperation, because when we are working together, we have more impact. Next, Carol. And I would like to talk just a little bit about SciELO, because when we were thinking about open access, we thought that SciELO should be our first partner, because it's very solid. It's been around for more than 25 years, and it was really a pioneer, not only in Brazil, but in the world. So they have the experience. So we decided to start building this strategy, this policy to make open access really strong in Brazil. Next, Carol. And why this meeting matters? Because I think this is a very important meeting. It's a very important moment. Brazil and China, we need to be together because we are strong countries. We are relevant for the global South. So it has, we have to start working together and making things happen. So we need sustainable scholarly communication. We need to strengthen the South cooperation. And we need equity and knowledge access. As Abel mentioned in the beginning, we have asymmetries, not only inside Brazil, but also in the world. So I think that if we work together, we can change this scenario. Carol, next, please. So I think this is an event to help us to have this common vision as science being a global public good. So as being a public good, we need it to be open. So knowledge becomes more valuable when it's shared. So this is a very good opportunity to start working together, facing all the challenges, because we know that we have AI, we have research integrity, so many challenges in this way. But if we are together, I think we will have success, as Lou mentioned in the beginning. So to be very successful, this partnership, I don't have any doubt about it. So thank you, and I wish us all a great event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrea. partnership, political leadership, political support from countries, which is become critical point for the sustainability of the CL in the long term, as a public policy, as a national public policy, and also to strengthen international collaboration. So now we will.
Before the next, and also we have a little for to memorize for us. So
Yes,
it's our
yes, well,
our life.
So we planned to start the workshop with an overview in both organizations, both institutions, and in the case of SciELO, it will be many things you already know, but as part of the agenda, part of the program, to share, to define it more or less about a vision still, which repeats many of the things that we already present, but is important to go. So I will share text to facilitate the communication. Okay? So, okay. So we are talking, when we talk about SciELO, we talk about the 3 dimensions that I think you introduce here, which is the concept of the program, the publication model, and the network. So we define SciELO as an open science program. It's not fully in science, because when we introduce an innovation in the SciELO network, it sometimes takes 3 to 4 years to go through all the network. So many times what we are talking is the definition of where we are going or where we want to go. When we accomplished 25 years, we implement about 30 webinars about the situation, the context. And we come with the definition of SciELO as an open science program with idea, which is impact. Impact was the reason why SciELO was created, to promote visibility and impact of the research and communication. And that continues to be the main objective. Then the way we develop is characterized by diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. That applies to geography, that applies to thematic areas, that applies to language, culture, and we are also promoting inclusion, equity in terms of the demography, genders, and the ethnicity, race. So just remember, SciELO pioneered online education of collection journals. When we started, there was no other solution to be copied. So we started from zero, no? And we had by that time a 15 months pilot project that we started in 1996, and we developed the first version of the SciELO conception technology to publish collection of research. we developed that with the active participation of the focal groups of 10 editors, chief editors of the best journals of Brazil from different areas. I'm telling that because that is the way we propose that the new collections to be developed in countries. But that also creates one of the characteristics of the SciELO, which is a collective construction and networking in terms of needs, interests, and priorities. So the technology and the SciELO Collective Brazil was launched in March 1998, when we started to count the SciELO. Was the first one. The technology was adopted by Chile in the same year, and we started the SciELO Network, which was very important. Chile had by that time a very important role in promoting the SciELO, because we have Brazil, let's say, is the Portuguese culture, and you have the Spanish. So it would be much more easier for Chile to promote SciELO within the Spanish world than Brazil. But anyway, we worked together and it was very successful. And today, the network covers 18 countries, 15 collections from Latin America. From these, we have one from two from the Spanish Caribbean and one from English Caribbean. You have the Iberia countries, Portugal and Spanish, because they are their native language, Portuguese and Spanish, and South Africa. South Africa was very, very important for the, let's say, the extension and the meaning of the SciELO as a model for developing countries. I was very surprised because one day I received a message from the president of South Africa Academy of Science and said, we did an evaluation worldwide of a model to run our journals, and we decided by SciELO. So it was fantastic. And he wrote an editorial for the science journal that you certainly want, you can go there. Very important historically for us. In 2019, SciELO started the transition to open science modus operandi, which is, of course, beyond the open access, because we started open access. So SciELO preprints and SciELO data, we launched in 2020 when we started the COVID lockdown. And then we also started what we call now informally peer review, because when we started to work in this open peer review, we had more or less 99% of the people against. So we changed it. If you have a problem, you cannot solve, you change it. We changed it, which is much more, let's say, adequate, and proper, what we call informed peer review, which means that all articles should have the name of the editor responsible for the peer review process, which is very, very important today as a quality control. And it is where promoting the publication of the peer review reports. And also there is the option for open identities. I needed to say that very, very few journals are adopting that, but that is the way the innovation started. National conditions, national condition in terms of the research policies, and funding, financial needs and the priorities is what drive the development of the map. So you have a vision, but when you go to implement that, you have to deal with national policies, you deal with several other conditions. At the national level, the SciELO collection are implemented and operated as public policy. That is one principle that drive the entire SciELO strategy. So how that works? One or more public research organizations are responsible for governance and the funding. Okay? In most of the countries, is only the National Science Council, for example, but we have many countries that have many. In the case of Brazil, for example, we have now 3 agencies that fund this and lead this the strategy. Then we have a scientific organization, related scientific organization, mainly a library. Most of the cases is a library, which is responsible for the operation. And we call this organization National Coordinating Center. Okay? And the person responsible, National Coordinator. A National Scientific Committee is responsible for the collection development, which means indexing, which journal enters and which journal remains in the collection. And this committee is also responsible for the evaluation. National collection plays a role of what we call meta-publishers, in the sense that the national collection operates a shared common platform that serves all the journals, but the journals maintain their editorial policy. That is really a typical definition of SciELO. So journals maintain their autonomy and their editorial policy. So that is the way it runs. It's complete, as Julio said before, is very different country. It depends on the history, depends on policy and so on. But that is very strong. Because it's centralized system, it's very easy to operate because you say it works this way. But this decentralized system is much more difficult, but it's much more strong, more sustainable. Right? And that is what we have today in SciELO Network. So, at the international level, SciELO operates as we call technical cooperation program with a collective governance. So we have email list to intershare information. The collection talk between them every day, because if I am in Argentina, I write it to Uruguay and say what you did. So this is very nice. Online periodical meetings of the National Coordinate Centers. The idea is to have 3 meetings every year, and this is really the main governance decision. Then we have a quinquennial presential meeting when each coordination carries out what we call a SWOT analysis. You can look in the site of the SciELO. It's a very, very interesting SWOT analysis, because you check the political, you check the infrastructure, and so on. And we update a document that we call it priority lines of action, because it is all differences. So the document that defines more or less how we move on is this document. A national collection is, then we have elected advisory committee, which is elected every year. It's changed one or two people. And from the national advisory committee, the network selected one secretariat of the advisory committee, and the network, as I said before, is currently occupied by members. And the international, the technical infrastructure is still coordinated by SciELO Brazil. With participation of the other collection in specific development. So the technical infrastructure is the main objective of this workshop. It works in developing two main ways. One is the SciELO coordination unit receives the approved documents from the journal and is responsible for markup, storage, publishing, and interoperability. The second approach is SciELO coordination unit receives the documents already marked up in PDF format, in the case of Brazil, from journals, and is responsible for quality control, storage, publishing, and interoperability. Let me conclude and say that the SciELO constituency is defined by three dimensions. One is the concept, or the construction that we call program, which defines the objective, the function, and the principle. Then you have another dimension which defines how to implement that, which is the methodology, technology, and policies procedures. So this workshop deals mainly with the SciELO model. That is what we want to have here, to improve the SciELO publishing model that in many ways become obsolete, as we have today artificial intelligence and the other technologies that are important. The SciELO Network implements the program via the publishing model. Major technological challenge, probably Roberta will talk about that now, is how to put together preprint in the journal. Because what happens today is that if you deposit a preprint and then I move it to journal, is a nightmare, because the author needed to do the transference and so on. It is not something that is, let's say, smoothly or very easy to do. We defend that the research communication start with preprint and they go to the journal. But we do not have technology to do that easily or transparent, in the sense that the idea is to have something like F1000 or other, that when you send the manuscript, it is automatically a preprint that is running inside or outside the journal control. Then we have XML markup, that is mainly manual still today, PDF generation, which is mainly manual today, and we are expecting to be capable to empower the communication flow with AI. So that's so we have now Roberta, and use much more time than planning, Roberta, but let's go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Roberta Catenacca. I'm coordinator of the Systems Development and Technology Unit at SciELO program. Today I will talk about the SciELO technological platform, what it is today, and what you are building for the future. Here is a quick look at what you covered today. First, I will prepare the class platform with the new one. Then we'll show the new platform components and the architecture. Then I will give you a brief look at two key applications, Core and Upload. And we will close with a look at our technology stack and code repository. This slide shows the full journey of manuscript from the moment it enters the SciELO ecosystem to the moment it reaches grids and global services. On script, you can enter the SciELO ecosystem in different ways. Optionally, it may be published first as for print on self-printed server and have its data registered on metadata repository. The main path starts with the submission for review system, and after acceptance, the XML patch must be created using any tool, but must be validated separately. Then the package is sent to upload application. It receives dates and publishes the actual. From there, the content reaches our network service, the website, the APIs, analytics, and overall database. Sorry. Now we compare the old and the new platform. The classic platform provides Windows desktop applications, manual actions, scripts, executions, FTP transfers. It depends heavily on IT staff to operate. The new platform runs in web browsers, in the browser, and the operation system. The pipeline is automated. Journal teams can connect their own data without IT support. One important point, you can not simply switch off the old platform, so both platforms run parallel during the migration. It's a temporary switch. Next. This slide compares the production flow side by side. On the classic side, we have the applications, and the right side is the new platform. It's more for reference. I'm not going to it in details. Okay. Next. Next. Well, the new platform has 5 applications. 2 are global. One is of the whole network. core for the data and services, and analytics for open science engineering. To run for per collection, the load for migration, ingress and publication, website for article display, and SciELO tools for XML production can be installed as desktop application, internet, or internet service. Next. So this is the how these applications interoperate. Core has the journal manager model and the quick provider. As Core aggregated all the network collection data, it provides data to analytics. Upload receives XML package produced by SciELO tools. Upload send data to Core and the website. Upload send the files to BNIO. Website gets pages from the Core and get files from BNIO. Next. Core has several modules. The most important ones provide assigns permanent identifiers to the articles. Journal manager handles the journal data in the editorial pages. Still being improved. The portal is already in production, and the other functionalities are still to be developed. The load has 4 modules. Migration ports data and files from the class key platform and converts HTML to XML. It's almost completed. Ingress receives and validates new UXML package for the journal teams, almost complete cells. Publication manages QA and public site publishing. And DOI manager for process deposit is still to be developed. Next. So our migration strategy is incremental. Both platforms run at the same time. Collection keeps publishing while we migrate. There are 3 phases. Phase 1 migrate existing content to the new website, almost complete. Phase 2, journal pages and editorial data management is still in progress. We have it to do some arrangement. Phase 3, invert receiving new articles to the new pipeline. The migration and ingress modules are almost ready, but we need to release at least 2 features. Article migration status tracking and give special permissions for some special groups of users. Then finish the documentation to prepare training. Next. All the applications are built in Python using Webtail as basic framework. For upload in analytics, use Postgres and Celery. Upload also uses RabbitMQ and mineral. Website view is class and moving team. SciELO tools integrated language models for XML tagging. Everything runs on Docker Compose hosted on the Linux server. Next. Here is a list of code repositories. It's just for reference. Can we that's it here. Next. Well, we have contracted around 600 hours per month for development and around 80 hours monthly for testing, training, and support. So thank you. That's my presentation today.
Thank you, Roberta. I think in the next days we can come back to many of the issues. So what Roberta showed us is that we are in a transition. And of course, this is extremely complex operation because when we started 30 years ago, there was no XML, so we worked with SGMT. So we have very, very complex platform to be renewed. And that has also the challenge that each country are in a different stage of development. So it is for us opportunity. Learn and you one we could identify possible formal development or adoption. So now we have the general introduction of the National Science Library, a open science development in China. And we will talk about the open for sciences and the OSII alliances and the PubScholar. We started with Professor Shinji Wang, who is the Deputy Director of the National Science Library. And she will share with us a presentation entitled Fostering Open Science Infrastructure Collaboration. Very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. My focus of SciELO Network production is always honored to be here and to share work with you. It's our first time to your country. It's a wonderful and beautiful country, and we're glad to meet workers in SciELO Network. We really appreciate that Mr. Packus accepted our invitation to participate in Zoom Quantum Forum and give a keynote speaker. And we also appreciate that Mr. Packus give and suggested that we organize this meeting, yes, in person, to foster the cooperation between Chinese community with the SciELO Network. Thank you very much. So I listened to your presentations. It's wonderful for your work. And I also have some questions. Maybe we will discuss in the next 2 days. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now I will just introduce our work on open science. We foster the open science in China, especially in 2 years ago. We established a special department named as Open Science Research Center to foster the open science in China and in the international level. My name is Jinxiang Huang. Yes, I am the Deputy Director of the Open Science Research Center in NSL of CAS. Professor Liu is our director of our National Science Library.
Open science center. Just one. That's your
Deputy Director.
director. No, the director.
Next, please. Yes, who we are. I will give a brief introduction. Next, please. Yes, NSL, National Science Library of Chinese Academic Sciences, was founded in 1940. It is worked as the library of the CAS. You know, now more than 120 institutes in CAS. So we are the leading one of the, a bigger systems of library in CAS. And at the same time, we also, as the National Library of Sciences in Chinese National Science and Technology Library System, NSTL, there are, I think, more than 400 or 300 staffs in our library. And at the same time, Professor Liu, Xie, and I are the professor in University of CAS, University of Chinese Academy, because we have the master degree and the doctor degree in the information management science. Yes. Yes. Next, please. Actually, NSLC is one of the eager adapter and the promoter in open science movement in China in 20 years ago. And we are now also play a leading role in promoting open science in China. In 2023, we support our direct President Lu Yongxiang to sign the Berlin Declaration of Open Science. And during the past 20 years, we established institute repositories, preprint platforms, open data repositories, and even the largest open access platform in China, named PubScholar. And in the last year, maybe this year, we established the China's open science platform. Next, please. Yes, we worked with our colleagues from the national level or the international level to foster open science in China and in the international levels. We organized the first open science exchanges with in the first Belt and Road Conference in 2023. And we also discussed the open science infrastructure with the colleagues from the CERN. And every year we organize the Zhongguan Forum, Open Science International Forum, to foster the open science policies in China and some standards in the international level. Okay. And last year, I was recommended by the Minister of Science and Technology in China to participate as a panelist in the UNESCO Open Science Monitoring Conference in Paris. And last year, we organized a discussion, a workshop on open science infrastructure in CERN. Next, please. Yes, I am one of the member of CAS UN Consultative Committee on Open Science and Global Partnership, which we organize maybe every year. I organize the side event in the UN STI Science and Technology and Innovation Forum. Next, please. Next, please. Yes. Actually, in the past recent years, the Chinese government, some of the departments in Chinese government, for example, Minister of Science and Technology, Chinese Academy of Sciences, National Science Foundation of China, to support us to do the research and the practice on open science. During this practice, we found that we think that the global open science was formed by the convergence of three moments: open access, open data, global open science governance. And now, open access comes the mechanism for sharing the knowledge generated throughout the research life cycle. Just as someone mentioned that open science not only to open or to share, open and share publications, but also it is in the every stage in the scientific workflow. And regarding the open data moment, we think that secondary innovation based on open data infrastructure has become a future trend at the national levels. Because from some strategy reports, we know that US or Japan government figure out a new strategy report on the open science infrastructure to promote the next innovation. And at the same time, a global, open, and inclusive pattern of diverse governance is taking shape. And open science policies are governance tools. So during the past several years, we foster the Chinese open science policy. Next, please. In the current schedules, we found that the cooperation across the stakeholders, knowledge, and infrastructure become more important. Not from our practice, but also we can get these fundings from the UNESCO or local or some implementary national report on open science recommendations. We think that the key challenges is the driving problem of scientific infrastructure. So we pick out some recommendations for cooperation in open science infrastructure. And we also introduce these recommendations in 2020 Forum and the Open Science Fairs in the 2025 in CERN. I cannot see that next, please. Yes. Yes, basic on. Yes. But we can see the slide, yes, you know,
It's
something.
still,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
so I just, okay, move on, yeah, okay. So, when UNESCO asked, someone in UNESCO asked us to propose, to support science decade, strategy from UN, we proposed, we provide a proposal entitled Toward Open Science Infrastructure Sharing Network, based on China's Knowledge and Data Sharing Network, which is in short is Open for Science Decade year program. And last February, the UNESCO told us that this as a professor was accepted, and the Assistant General of UNESCO sent a mail to Professor Wei Yang, who is the leader of this program, to say that it's a wonderful program to support the science decade. Because we know that in science decade strategy, there are 5 outcomes. Open science is the 4th outcome for this strategy. Next, please. This program, Open for Science Decade, is to propose China's action plan in support of science decade and provide while providing a technical solution to achieve the global goal of open science and knowledge sharing. There include 3 objects. The first is to design a technical architecture for open science infrastructure with the UNESCO Open Science Framework. The second is to implement China's open science platform, and at the same time, China's open science platform will be a hub in the open science infrastructure sharing network. The third is to monitor the global open science readiness. Next, please. To design for the regarding the first objective, we are designing a technical architecture for open science infrastructure. We figure out. Please next slide. Please next slide. Yes. No. The upper side. Yes. We figure out the open knowledge and data sharing and the application standard framework, which includes 1 general framework and 4 special data schema for literature, scientific data, large scale infrastructure, and open source software and coders. And we are now discussing this framework and document with IFLA, International Federation of Library. Yeah. Yes, we wanted to make this, work, make an international standard. But we think we will meet a lot of challenges, but it is in procession. Yes. Next, please. Yes. As you said, based on this schema, we adopted the establishment of open science information infrastructure sharing network, named as OSII for Science Alliance. We discussed this with the international colleagues in different meetings. For example, we discussed with colleagues from OpenAir and from UNESCO East Asia office. Next, please. Regarding the objective 2 of the Open Science Decade program, we established China's open science platform, named as Open for Science. Firstly, we integrate 4 kinds of open science resources from CAS, including literature, scientific data, software and model, and the large scale information of large scale facilities. And we also connect resources from the institutional repository in CAS. We have more than 100 IR institute repositories in CAS. And we also cooperated with OpenAI and Mongolia and Russia. Yes, yeah, we connected the open science resources from other country, from other national open science platform. And at the same time, we organized international working group to evaluate the open data platform. We now index about 200 open platforms in our global catalog. Next, please. Regarding the third objective in this program, we establish monitoring open science tools named as basing on the Open Science Readiness Index, OSII. We know that we just, as I mentioned, that the open science is developed at 3 stages: open science, open access, open data, and open science governance. So based on these 3 stages, we established the indicators to evaluate the readiness of open science. Then it is a complex formula. Yes. We published the OSII Open Science Readiness Index 3 years ago, and we make a pilot to evaluate the 9 country and the region to evaluate their open science readiness. So now this year we just try to evaluate the 193 UN member states. So there are some results. Next, please. Not clearly. Sorry. Yes. Yes, we established this website to choose the Open Science Readiness Index and the results. Actually, in 2024, the value of the OSII of the UN state member states, yes, it's very low. It's about 1.348. Yes, it's very lower for the openness, open science readiness around the world. I think it is also OSII tools. The country can use these tools to compare their country with other countries in open science readiness. For example, the writer, yes, the lecture is USA and the writer is China. You can say the contribution of the different dimensions, for example, OA, OD, or OP, contribute to their country's open science readiness. Yes, I think it's some countries say, wow, it's amazing. Yes, yes, next please. Why we establish using a complex formula? Because if we just evaluate the current status based on some data. For example, the number of the OA publications and the number of the open platforms a country have. You cannot evaluate the whole situations around the world. So we just established the index named as Open Science Readiness Index. Next, please. Next, please. Yes, the key findings of our OSII monitoring reports that the structure covering in global open science readiness across 193 member states of UN. The reason is maybe lies on three aspects. For example, the cost structure, the capacity, and the implementation lags between the practice and the policies. And we give some practical recommendations for different for countries with different open science readiness. Yes, for example, lower level of readiness and steadily but moderate growth in open science readiness, and some countries with higher readiness countries. Yes. Next, please. Yes, based on our work, we also we will organize open science workshop in this July in the UNESCO Science Decade Global Conference in Paris. Yes, we also wanted to invite Mr. Paris to join us. Yes, we will discuss the open science infrastructure sharing network. Yes, thank you very much. Next, please. Besides, we make efforts to foster to join the global open science, but we make efforts to foster the open science in region such as East Asia. Next, please. Next, please. We are now implement a project funded by the UNESCO East Asia office to mapping open science infrastructure and interoperability practices and design the open science infrastructure cooperation in East Asia. Next, please. We're now working with the colleagues from other East Asia countries, for example, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, but we can't find the colleagues from North Korea, so it's very difficult for us. Yes. We're now, next, please. Yes, firstly, we disseminate the questionnaires to the different infrastructures in four countries. We ask some questions to the owner, director, or coordinator of the OSII, Open Science Infrastructure. And we also ask some questions to person who is responsible for open OSI's technical or operational coordination. Especially, we pay more attention on the three aspects of interoperability: legal interoperability, organizational interoperability, technical interoperability, semantic interoperability. We also cooperated with some colleagues from Codata because they have a good job on the semantic interoperability. We together with the colleagues from UNESCO East Asia office to share our outcomes from this object, and we get some good comments and suggestions from other countries, from other colleagues to help us to design the open science infrastructure interoperability in our region. For example, next please. Next please. Next please. Yes, we know that there are three development stages of global open science infrastructures. So regarding the open science infrastructure in East Asia, we provide some recommendations. The first is for the country have not have enough infrastructures. They will set up or establish or cooperate with other other countries' infrastructure. But for the countries who have enough or high quality infrastructures, maybe we will give the recommendation to cooperate between these infrastructure to figure out maybe domain infrastructure science cluster. Every country will meet their challenges to foster innovation, but we will meet the similar global problems such as climate changes. So basing on a spatial domain, for example, the climate changes, we will cooperate basing on the infrastructure. So we figure out, we designed a cooperation roadmap for us to foster the cooperation on open science infrastructure in the East Asia. Next, please. Yes, I will give a brief introduction of open science in CAS. Actually, although we don't have, I think, enough open science policies in CAS, but we figure out to close the local ecosystem of open science in CAS, which includes resources, roles, platforms, services. So, yes. So it's a roadmap for us to foster open science in China in CAS. For the key outcomes, well, it's too small actually. So sorry.
Great.
Yes, first we integrate open science resources among the scope of CAS. The second, we establish the open science platform. The third, we will figure out, open science cross-domain open science services, including, research for the public, for the scientific community, even support the authors to publish their OA papers. Yes. The third, the first is to provide public product. Next, please. Okay. Yes, just based on the different stages. We in the past 20 years, we foster open access, open data, open infrastructure, and open science now in CAS. So regarding the open science, we established the largest OA infrastructure in China, and as PubScholar, my colleague Dr. Shea will introduce this clearly. We collect more than 185 million full text in this platform. And at the same time, we pay more attention about the APC, sometimes it is a cost of OA. Yes, last year, Chinese authors paid about 1 billion, 1.2 billion US dollars for publishing OA, publishing OA papers. So, you know, it's amazing. Yes, but yes. So, yes, we provided some advice or recommendations for policymakers how to control the scientific budget to pay the OA papers. Yes, it's good or not, yeah, we don't know. But at the same time, we noticed that the OA rating of the publishers for from the Chinese community is lower than the average level of the other countries. Yes, the global average level is about 60%, but the Chinese the number the rating from the Chinese is about 37%. You know, it's very lower than the average level in the world. So, you know, one hand is a huge number of the OA paper, but at the other hand is a lower rating of the OA paper. So how to control the rating, it is a big challenge for Chinese policymakers. Next is regarding the open data in CAS. We know that Chinese has established 20 scientific data century. CAS hosts 11 of the 20 national data centers and operators additionally 32 CAS data centers. And some of these data holders the high quality fair roles, and at the same time they cooperate with the other domain data center in the international level. This next please. And at the same time, China's largest scale scientific facilities embrace global cooperation. There are about 30 large scale facilities in CAS. Now 26 is 26 opens trying to open their data and invite the international colleagues to cooperate based on these facilitators. And the open source software infrastructure named as SourceMap has built as the world's largest learned open source software knowledges, graph and code data set. Next, please. Yes, we now make a lot of efforts to foster open science governance in CAS. Just as I mentioned that we focused on working on the domain open science 2.0. We are now cooperating with the scientific community to figure out the roadmap of the open science in special domains such as geography, astronomy. Yes. Next, please. Yes. In 2024, China launched the International Cooperation Initiative in Open Science with Brazil, South Africa, African Union, with the goals of building an open fair and global environment for science and technology development. So, and the last year, Chinese together with International Cooperation Initiative in Open Science Action Plan. No. Action plan. Yeah, action plan was released last year to foster to do some. Will foster some practice among the China, Brazil, South Africa, African Union, So based on this, based on the policies and our practice on open science, we wanted to find some aspect to cooperate with brother, especially SciELO, to cooperate, to foster open science. So we wanted to find this opportunity and yes, work on that. So that's all. Thank you very much. And my curriculum spoke to you will PubScholar.
Okay, hello everybody. I can see from a lot of people, more than online and in our Zoom that we will raise our stroke during the certain platform for us. So I will give a short reflection about PubScholar. Jisha have already part of PubScholar already. And I'll give a little more reflection about that. PubScholar is an next slide. Okay, the next slide. Okay. Okay, for the next. Maybe and give some time to the next format. Yeah. Okay. PubScholar, yes, already launched in 2023. We have on the address, you can see on the slide over there. We have already metadata in our platform more than 210 minutes. We can provide to the group and support our users with more than 88 minutes. So we have a lot of people visiting our platform already. We are aiming to provide a high quality product handy resources and provide the best service including academic resources to people. And we can provide open communication on our platform. That's our three big aim in our platform. So this next. From the beginning, we built our platform. Our aim is to reduce the resource and usage and the oversupply and require their paper or some literature resources. We have so the National Science Library. Our institution is a leading institution. We provide the literature resources. The next two institution join us. We have the partner. The second is provide the research paper, and the third institute provide the journal publish. We three of our institutions work together and build this PubScholar and form together. We can integrate about we provide one-stop integration and retrieval platform we can have different type of resources, including journals, patent, books, and so on. So this next. List our partners. We have more 69 global resource partners. We already have more than 1,300 operating journals. All of these are contract for us. For this next. Until next year, we have already 1.8 billion visitors in our website. This is growth all over the global visitors, including American and other. And China is also have the big service in our platform for business. After we have launched the PubScholar platform 2023, the time of education have published with letter on the website. We call it PubScholar is open access effort that China has to this world. They say we think it's right, but not all right, because PubScholar is not just open access platform, but we do a lot of another content and a lot of work under this platform retrieval platform. So it's next. That's the next one. Yeah. We have already introduced our open for science project for us, and under this platform, PubScholar has do a lot of work, including the standards, the data standards, and the technical survey, resource recovery, AI storage, and technique, the AI storage, and so on. So I think PubScholar is the best supporting technical platform here for open science. So next. We have different in our PubScholar platform. So the first one, PubScholar is open gateway for discovering the different type of resources for open science platform. We not just provide the big retrieving but we already had another 5 types of resources, including the open research data, the large scalability, and open software, and something else. I think this tech will make it actually more than before. And then another we can afford the AI provide service. So we open another open our infrastructure to our partners. We want to sharing our architecture layer, data standard, and our data stock. All the partners below PubScholar and SciELO, they are already connected to the platform already, and we have already put the SciELO on this slice because we have already have the plan we can connect with each other and sharing our framework of data. Yeah. Yeah. So next please. This is a website of our retrieval platform page. We have already can provide for more than 220 million metadata. We can see all the slides. We have already provided articles, patent, the research data site, and the software models, and so on. On the right, we can provide AI assistant here and embedding like let you know to enhance our data retrieval. Yeah. So next, we want to introduce about our open resource and the data and their PubScholar. We have 5 different ways to access the data. The first is open access journal and articles we have, and the second is preprint from China and all over the world. And the third one is the open institutional response rates. And the fourth is citation database from China. And the fifth one is open scientific data that is provided by other institutions of CAS. So next please. Behind Scholar, we know just one institution work. We have given the people and the institution work together. So we have more than about 15 million people have already registration in our platform and can provide with their profile. So they can upload and monitor their paper, the manuscript to our website. So we have diffusion to be concrete. So we have a lot of university join us to provide their response data. If they can upload with the data in base. And the third is the journal have already part of the OSII of that journal. And we also have some research community. We have already attached to some site group to join us and they can share their data to us. So the next is this is a platform component. They have already select more than 3,000 high-level quality origin, and this is from all over the global data source. We also have more than 1,300 China journals. We all combined together and provide the high quality open access journal data source to our users in PubScholar. So next, this is archive and preprint server. We have already built our own China archive. This is named called China archive. There is a China archive. China archive. Yeah. Maybe that is the story. Before China archive, we built a mirror archive in our library, but we had for about half years. We think we don't have our own archive server. We can't provide the service for any. So in 2016, that year about 10 years. And we built China have our library. Yeah. So we continue provide service to Chinese, and they can upload their manuscript our China have. Yeah. Maybe the next day work in my methodology review about the China path. We also built another platform called China Path Global. This platform that the different academy have platform, and we harvest the data together and make a cooperation with the platform, and we can provide one stop which can data retrieval in our platform. So next, please. This open execution response rate will in our library. We call it institution monitoring. Now, so CAS have more than 100 response rate in our institution. So we have already more than 4,000 researchers in the open institutional response rates. We have two tabs. You can see the number on the slides. So not only CAS institution in our response rate, we also provide service to the university, the colleges in China. So many colleges and universities are doing the operation, the pattern is very correctly now. So next page. And this one is of Chinese science citation database. We elect some more than 1,000 China high-level journals. We create the citation and calculated citation for more than 150 million. So this is a very important database for calculate the impact of the journal of the articles. Okay. So next is the last one is the name is called Science Data Bank. We call it Science Data Workshop. This is research data database from China. And then we have the research data. The research data connect to the article. They are connected with the or not all, but they are connected with Joy, the persistent identifier. How do you connect with Joy we provide their Chinese DOI okay. So next page. In this section, we will introduce the function we have provided to enhance our function of the PubScholar. So PubScholar is it looks like a retrieval system, but we think that's not all because the AI finds some stuff. So we embed the AI technology in our platform service. When the baseline during the whole mainly service in our platform, we have already provided the AI in after the retrieval. Yeah, so you can see the this is already on your website. If you look at this paper, the AI can provide you essential assistant. Okay. We can also make the AI dialog action, and the AI can provide you literature reading. You'll have another different top understanding, and make a short brief understanding and check for you, and you can understand the paper quickly and quickly. So you can also make the AI make a short review for less than 100 paper, and it can take up a little short review report that can provide the researchers quickly. That so that's it. And this is a new function we have already provided here. It's quite the science outline. We know a lot of people that I have a lot of paper updated every day. So the scientists have no so many time to read the paper. So we divide the highlight. We use AI read the paper already published firstly, and we have divided the paper to 200 and 30 different research fields, and if the research already register our register the PubScholar, you can subscribe your you can subscribe with review, and every day the more important and high quality ICI paper, AI will read the book and we come to you and send the brief introduction to your mailbox, and read it every day and save a lot of time. This is our new function we have provide this year. Yeah. Yeah. So next thing. This is the AI agent. We want to do our work for yes. So I can change to the next slide and see from here that is AI agent community. We can provide some AI tools and AI interface here. We have large mining, with service and transparency and analysis and judgment with the AI and from here. The community not just the big here. So every user getting here can use our own AI agent here, use our data with our language mode. We can provide the service here so everybody can participate in our communication. So you can create your own work here. So you can create your own workflow, and you can upload your own data here. And you can build your own AI agent here. So after that, we can share this in chat. This is our AI communication function. So that's the user is next. And in this section, I want to build open scholar ecosystem is our next step. We aim to do this work. We want to connect the preprint, open peer review, and journal service, and the last service, and the long-term contribution to our institution response rate. They can connect the platform or service together to make the whole ecosystem to our users. The next is the preprints, the survey are already done in China archive, but we also have to do some things to make sure the user upload their manuscript. We can provide their
Intellectual property.
architecture property, and we have used blockchain technology, and we can provide their we find them here. We can make sure that creation is with the users. So that we want to build the next slide. So the next thing, this is open peer review platform, because we give the name CAS review. This platform it has already developed, but we do not put it online. We only we want to launch it at the end of this year. We want to promote the open peer review service to the journals, to the preprint service, and even make the author and the recommender and the journal and reviewer together. So we can put together. If you want to open your review, open your manuscript, you can back the patent and directly open to the PubScholar. So they need you transform the launch this at the end of this year. So next please. Okay, this is providing the service, the journal. We can provide the AI order, and we can provide for the journal and the journal partner, and also we can provide some OA network. So next slide. If we want to this is the system work we have already done in China. It actually has we report this again. We suggest the timing. If you have the condition, we can connect to our platform for OA service and OA mode. So we have already have this deposit system. We the journal review can can convert to the open text, and so the data are already based. So that is the circle. We can make the manuscript archive and take management, and the journal publishing service connect together, and including the peer review. And we want to build this application together. That is the service circle. So next is we also call for the OA Alliance, the Diamond OA Journal Alliance in China. We launched more journal in China from journalists, including the China all over the world. So we have the and public data yellow from that view. And the last one is responsible of institution responsible, basically responsible for us have already provide the scholar profile and have their own liquid profile and with their history of the correct their institutional responsibility. Next slide.
Is it automatic? The profile of the researcher, I mean, you just put the information there? Or do the researcher has to approve?
We have two ways and corporate studies. If the UI were active on the journal, we can directly acquire the data from our the technical form and from the our database workday. So the product log in our system and you can see they already have in their own database. So if we do have their database, we only have the and the users can upload their new work. So next please. The laptop. This chapter we want to talk on cooperation with our fellow colleagues. First, we want to promote the open resource sharing. We have the Chinese journal we want to open to SciELO and the other international platform to Netflix. This is our AI income capabilities. We have AI. We have like below below have 4 nodes already access to PubScholar. We can see the first one, the Chinese called Panshi. The username on it is first one. This is the Latin built by CAS. And the second one is the company of CAS. Our name is Chinese name is production base, and the English name is iFi. So both the life can provide the computer and computing power to our platform. So the next to Chairman, this is the Chinese company of Alibaba that provides the open source and they already access to our platform. We can share our AI technology and scientific literature AI. This is our platform and we are getting the one. The next is the third one is for the entire progress of open scholar communication. So we both have preprint, open peer review, journal publishing, and institutional responsibility, and also long-term collaboration. From this file path, we can calculate the chapter and use another new statement to our project. Okay, the next one. Okay.
Thank you. I was very impressed. First time as a book scholar, I came to Brazil and shared the site with other people, and they continue to be maybe more impressive now. And of course, congratulations. What seems to me, and we need to learn more, is that is a very complex number of products and sites and so on. Let's say particularly in the case of the journal, okay? You have, I don't know, 3 or 4 product studies related to journal. For example, you have 13,043 PubScholar cooperative journals. That's one. Then you have open scholar services for journal. Then you have database or index. That's a Chinese citation database that I didn't understand if it's related to the whole Chinese production or from journal. So anyway, I just as a comment to say that I needed to spend much more time on the research to make graphic. Your proposal for cooperation is very welcome. Of course, we need to go more in depth. Let's continue tomorrow. Okay, perfect.